for the medical office building northeast of Beam and Whitebear Avenue intersection, east of Walgreens, subject to conditions A through F in our staff report.
What page, Mr. Nephew?
So that is packet page 92 and 93 is where that part of the recommendations is.
All right.
It's the design review approval.
Yep. Mr. Nephew has made a motion, which was seconded by Mr. Copen, to move forward the design review approval, which is written in the recommendations in our packet. Is there any further discussion, Ms. Gentleman?
Actually, I have a question. I don't know if it applies to more than one of these, which it may, but there are a lot of innovative things, interesting things, but it also means a lot of promises by the developer. So will those be written into the developer agreements, or how are we going to handle that? And is the developer, I mean, you know, there are consequences if you make promises in writing and then you don't call them up.
Mayor, Council, the intent is to write those quote-unquote promises into the easement agreement, which will be reviewed both by the city attorney and Mr. Regan's attorney, so to ensure that both parties are comfortable with the promises being made to each other. And so if there was something that halted it, then that could potentially hold up the process. But both by the design plans, they're locked into that site plan and any of those conditions of approval for the building itself. And then with the approval of the easement agreement, those issues would be worked out between staff and Mr. Regan.
So is this typical for when we are doing this type of thing? There's some kind of a escrow or letter of credit or whatever, so that if something falls apart, being that there's parkland involved, it makes it a little more touchy.
Mayor and Council, just with any other development project on the site improvements, landscaping type, anything exterior,